Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to do 1-point perspective in a classical building. So this is more of your opera or an orchestra. So it's going to have tiered, so you're going to have the audience at the bottom with the stage slightly lifted, and then you're going to have the tier balconies on the side. So the particular picture I'm looking at is going to be an old building with chandelier, dome ceiling, and then has the lifted balconies, so that the stage is not actually going to be the vanishing point, but slightly above the stage. So what we're going to do is first put the vanishing point in the picture, which is where all the lines are going to angle. And again, that's going to be the center, but it's going to be slightly above the middle of your paper. So this is the vanishing point here. Okay, again, it's the center of the picture, but a slightly raised up because the stage is going to sit beneath it. And this is going to be the wall above. And that is because of the balconies and the ground floor of how this room is set up. So around our vanishing point, we're going to draw a square, and that is going to be the wall, the back wall here that has 3 panels in my picture. Just like that. If you have a straight edge like a ruler, I would use it. Anytime you have a straight edge, your perspective pictures will come out looking a little more realistic. You can freehand it, but it's easier to use a ruler. So this is the vanishing point. So all of our angles are going to come up to here. So right beneath here, this is basically a wall design. And beneath this is the actual kind of lifted sides, or the views from the top part of the audience. Okay, so what we're going to do first is right below our box, I'm going to first fix this and clean it up a little. Then right below the box, this is kind of like the balcony area. So I'm going to draw a line. And this is like the balcony where it separates the seats from where you would stand. Okay, and then we're going to draw the balcony going out. So this is going to be the sides. So no one sits here because this is the back wall. All the people on the balcony will sit up here. So from the end of that line, I'm going to angle it to my vanishing point. I line up to the vanishing point with the end of the line, and I draw it down. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. I go to the end of the line, and then my vanishing point, go to the end of the line and draw the line going back down. So this is the sides of the audience, okay? And then down here will be the stage, and then get more audience. So right here, this is a wall. So what we're going to do is right here on this corner, we're going to bring this line down on both sides. Try to make them somewhat even. And then we're going to connect them. This is your back wall. Now, we're going to go from the corner here to our vanishing point, corner here to our vanishing point, and connect this. This part is your stage right here. So this is the stage, this is the back wall. And then, because the stage is slightly lifted off the ground, we're going to draw that little lip, the little ramp area, and draw going across. So here's our stage. Now, the audience is going to start from the corners of the stage. So just like everything in your picture has to go to your vanishing point. So from here, we're going to draw a line going down. From here, corner of the stage, we're going to draw a line coming down. Just like that. And then the middle aisle, this line is going to point to the vanishing point. The next line is going to point to the vanishing point. So this is the aisle, and these are going to be seats. These are the walls, and then this up here is your balcony. So right here, we're going to do the balcony wall. But before we do that, we actually have to do the side wall of our stage here. And it's going to go up like that. And just remember, if a line's going this way, you're always looking, okay? So if it's going straight, this line will go straight. This line's on an angle to your vanishing point. The other line is going to be on an angle to your vanishing point. This is kind of like the wall that separates the actual wall to the balcony. Looks like I made that one too short. Let me lift it up. See, this is why it's really important when doing perspective to do in pencil, because you're going to make mistakes. And you will have to go in and kind of fix them as you're going. So again, going to the vanishing point and drawing the line. Made it a little taller. Okay, so wall, balcony. So now, here, this same wall is going to continue up. So just like we had here, we're going to go up here and then up again. And we're not going to go all the way to the top of the paper, because our ceiling is actually domed, and we're going to have to draw that in after we do some of the details. So here is the back wall. This is the wall of the stage, okay? And now we need to do some more of the audience up here in the balcony. So here, these lines are now going to go from the vanishing point up like this. Going to go from the vanishing point and then go up. It's going to go from the vanishing point and then it goes up. Just like that. Now, because of the way the ceiling is, you're going to have some details. So you're going to give yourself a little space here. Like this. And this is just kind of like coating and that little decorative area that's on a ceiling in an old building. So that's what that part is right there. Okay. Now that we have that, we're going to draw some of our seats. So over here, what we're going to do is there are columns. So there are 3 columns and 3 columns. So columns are going to go vertically, and the skinniest ones are going to be closest to the stage. As it comes out, they're going to get wider. If you don't have columns in your picture, or if you want to do them exactly like mine, you can. But if you don't have columns, basically this would be like the wall direction that you're drawing in. And the last column is going to come kind of off to the paper here. And then at the bottom of the columns, they're kind of waved like this. And then they come out like a box. So you're actually going to bring them further out. So you go out to the side, out to the side. And then you can erase that little line in the center here. Like that. So you go out to the sides, and then you can erase the inside. So these are the column bases. Like that. Do one more, and then I erase. So here's our columns. Now we could do a little bit of the seats. So the seats, again, are going to go to your vanishing point. So make sure that you line it up. And then you're going to draw a line. Then you move it up. But keep it going through your vanishing point, and you draw another line. You move it up. And draw a line. And this is going to go until basically your ruler is straight, okay? Because you're not going to have seats on the ceiling. So basically you're going to make the layers of the rows until your ruler is straight going across. So I'm going to do the other side, go into the vanishing point, and draw the line going through the space. I lift it a little bit. I draw the next row of seats. Be careful not to move your ruler too much as you're doing this. And it's the same idea that you're going to stop once your ruler is straight. So this is about straight. So I'm going to stop after this row here. So those are going to be my seats, just like that. Okay. Then over here, we're going to actually erase part of this because this is our wall. So every time there's a new seat, you're going to go up like this, go over, go up, go over. Okay, that's the end of the seats and the starting of the wall. So then I'm going to erase that section. So this is how it would look like, kind of like stairs when it ends. Go up, over, up, and over. And then you're going to erase. And that would be your back wall there. So that is how your seats are going to look. Then you can start drawing in some of the detail after you get the basic structure. So the last thing we're going to do for the basic structure is going to be the dome ceiling, and this is going to arch first from the square that you drew like this, and then it's going to arch again right behind it, kind of in between columns, and once more. Okay, so that is the basic structure of your 1-point perspective. Now you can go in and do some details to make it look unique and add things like molding of the details, the chairs, and things like that. So if I want to make these chairs, what I'm going to do is kind of curve them and then go down. Then do the next, kind of curve it and then go down, curve, and it's really important to keep the angles correct. Okay, so now you're going to add some of those details that make this more unique. So there's my first row of seats, and then they kind of go in between so that you have a good view. Seats are never exactly right behind each other. They kind of go on an uneven pattern to give you better views, so no one's blocking you. Just like that. So I'm going to go in, draw some of those details, and do the other designs to make my room unique. But that is basic structure if you're doing an inside classical concert. A lot of times they have dome ceilings. They normally always have a higher area, balcony view, and then they'll have the stage below and then people on the floor inside. So that is the basic classical 1-point perspective view.